Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and in today's video we've got a Missouri replay sent in by RedSeaBear. You might know him from his featured gameplay, I think it was in a Fletcher on Notzer's channel a while back. I believe that was the right one. If not, you guys can correct me in the comment section down below. But today we are featuring SeaBear in his Missouri. If you'd like to send in a replay, send it to BIAworldofwarships@gmail.com. Please include screenshots and the replay itself, as well as a short description of what occurred in the battle. And if you guys would like to include any captain perks or upgrades, that would be more than appreciated, so I can edit those in and let everyone know what you're running, and at least let me know what I'm running, or what you're running. First salvo of the day is a Citadel on that Atago, or Takao, whatever. So, not a bad first salvo of the game. In terms of what RedSeaBear is running, I'm just going to guess that it is, in terms of captain perks, look at this. No, we can't see it. Okay. So in terms of captain perks, I would assume maybe some type of priority target, or that's what I would guess. Possibly preventative maintenance, but I would definitely assume priority target. Then it's kind of a toss-up between expert marksman and adrenaline rush. You might have both. That's what I would do. Then we've got superintendent. We've got 5 heals, 4 radars. Should be pretty apparent. And then we've got definitely concealment and definitely AA range, so AFT. You can see that's 7.2 AA, and when the concealment does go down, then we will see that it is 12.2, which means concealment. Then probably survivability expert, or sorry, basics of survivability. That's the one I believe that reduces fire time by 15 seconds or 15%. That's what I would assume. But if not, then he might be running manual AA and only have something like adrenaline rush or expert marksman. So it's really a toss-up. Can't really tell. There's no CV in the game, so it's hard to see if manual AA is actually equipped on here. In terms of modules, I'm assuming that main armaments mod 1. Obviously, with a 30-second reload, he's running accuracy, which you should in the Missouri, in my opinion. And then AA guns mod 2. So obviously, you can see that by the 7.2 AA range. And then probably damage control for the 4th slot, and then I would assume, he hasn't been set on fire yet, but I would assume, yeah, see, 47 seconds, I would probably assume steering gear is not a bad pick. Depends on how you play your Missouri. And then finally concealment. Those are my guesses. RedSeaBear, you can let me know down in the comment section down below if I am wrong or if I'm 100% right. But anyway, that's my guessing. And so far, 50k damage. A lot of it was on the Atago, and then a few pot shots here and there to some battleships, and we're sitting at 50k damage dealt. So one thing that's good about the Missouri is obviously it gets radar. The other good thing about the Missouri is that it's good in most situations. That being in closer range, that's sub 10 kilometers, medium range 10 to probably about 13-14 kilometers, and then 14 to I'd say about 17. That's not the range I like to fight in my Missouri, but it is a range that you could still be effective. However, the Missouri, in my opinion, is most effective between that 14 and the sub 14 range. Just because radar, and just because it's got decent maneuverability, and it is still pretty tanky, even with that front Citadel bulkhead. So, looks like we are going to move in closer into B. Radars B for the Fletcher, and actually gets the Leningrad as well. So let's hope that our Edinburgh can kill him, and maybe our Kagero can help out a little bit too. Otago, not showing a lot of side, but it looks like we will be taking a pot shot at him. Maybe when he gives a little bit more side. Meanwhile, radar is still up. Their Fletcher kills our Kagero. Our Kagero gets torps off. Fletcher's on 3k health. Let's see if our Edinburgh can actually finish him. Radar goes down, 2.7k health, 2.6. Doesn't look like he is going to be able to finish him. Looks like he's burning of some sort, but he actually goes undetected here. Now, this might be a big mistake. Here, he should have either turned in and went bow on to the Alabama and possibly just reversed, or just completely go, you know, back up a little bit and then full speed out of there. So you're at a little bit better angle than this, because this one is definitely going to hurt. Yep, the following salvo did hurt quite a bit. 27 grand, pops the heal immediately, and pops the damage control immediately as well. So, bit of a mistake there. Didn't cost him his life, but it did cost him a lot of health. It's down to half currently. Returns fire at the Bama and does around 11k. Not a bad return, but of course that could have been better. Alabama fires back to see what he's got. Not a lot. At this point, I would probably switch to the Izumo. That is broadside, because trying to angle towards the Alabama and get all of your guns to bear, that means you're giving a little bit better of a shot for the Alabama, as well as a better shot for the Izumo. Unfortunately, or fortunately for RedSeaBear, he does not get hit by the Izumo very hard, and the Benson looked like he finished off the Izumo, or the Alabama. Apologies. He also smoked, I don't know if it was for RedSeaBear or if it was for himself, but he tried to do something for the team, so in my book, that guy gets a compliment. So, radar going up. I didn't expect anything to happen there. The radar range sometimes is hard to tell. The distance of, I know I do have sometimes I do have a hard time detecting how far the destroyer I'm trying to radar is, but so that's going to be a wasted radar. Fortunately though, with Superintendent, he does get 2 more left. So, just waiting. Ooh, Indianapolis. That's a very lightly armored target. Let's see how the shells are going in, or how they will turn out. So, ooh, only 1 over 10. Aimed a little bit high there, but certainly it could have been a little bit better RNG as well. Now, I'm not too sure. I don't know if this was recorded, if this was played last patch. I think it was, but the Missouri's. Ooh, that could have been a very nasty double citadel. The spread on those shells was immaculate. But I'm not too sure when this battle was recorded or played rather. So the Missouri could have a lowered citadel, or it could not. It really just depends. Either way, I still think Missouri and Iowa is still a great ship, and in my opinion, it probably didn't need the citadel reduction. I thought the Montana was still the best T10BB. The Iowa is still I wouldn't say the best T9BB, but it is still certainly up there for that number 1 contender. So, regardless, though, this is this is still a very tanky ship. Iowa is moving slowly. RedSeaBear calculates that and fires away. Let's see how many citadels. No citadels, but a lot of penetrations. Not a bad salvo. He might take some torpedoes as well. just to add insult to injury. Hipper's reversing, had to dodge those torpedoes. Let's see if RedSeaBear can finish him off before he goes behind the island. Shells are away. Let's see how they look. 1 penetration, 1 citadel, and that's all she wrote, boys and girls. There is his first kill of the game on the Hipper, who he had to slow down for torpedoes, so he evaded the torpedoes, which would have been his initial death, but his final death was actually sitting broadside and getting spotted long enough for RedSeaBear to finish him off. Currently, we are pretty even in terms of ships killed and just overall ship composition. 2 destroyers each team, 1 cruiser, and 3 battleships. And then the only difference is enemy teams get 2 caps, and we've got about a 200-point lead. And there goes down the Scharnhorst. So our North Carolina, who's God knows what he is doing, is kind of all by himself, as well as that Scharnhorst that died way out there. But that just means that RedSeaBear will have to start carrying a little bit harder. So again, another criticism here is if he is going to sit somewhat broadside, I would recommend giving a little bit steeper of an angle. Instead of sitting, you can see the ship angle indicator just to the left of your screen. I would probably sit at about 45-degree angle. That way you do get some room to maneuver and angle. It looks like SeaBear is actually going to be doing that right now, so that's a good adjustment. And that didn't seem like a very important radar, but it actually was a very important radar. Knowing exactly where that Iowa is very critical. 2 citadels and a few other penetrations, and that Iowa just lost a lot of health very, very quickly. Now, RedSeaBear angles for the incoming fire, and 2 overpens. I'll take that any day. And so that was a good example of how to angle. Not going fully stern on, but enough so that the Iowa's shells bounce. Another 2 citadels and another penetration gets a high caliber, as well as the second kill of the game. So again, if you guys want to see how not to play an American battleship, just look at the Iowa. If you want to see how you should play an American battleship, look right at RedSeaBear. He played that very, very well, and minimizing the amount of damage he took, around 4K in total, and killing a full health battleship. It's certainly a good start for his team. Bismarck, interesting decision to shoot HE. He's going to be shooting AP, of course, because you are a battleship. He gets a citadel at 8 kilometers. That was a very, very interesting salvo there. Must have been like maybe a deck penetration, or I don't know. It possibly could have gone through the bow, but I think that went straight through the deck. Must have been at that angle where you can't really defend against it from the turtleback. I think it had to have gone through the deck. But he slows down, goes bow in on the Bismarck, gets a few nice salvos on him. Last one was registered for 16K. At this point, shooting at the bow is the best thing you can do until he starts giving more broadside, which he's going to do there, and that's 10K. And then the Edinburgh actually finishes him off with a single torpedo, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. But it looks like that was the case. So we're down 3v3, 2 battleships and 1 cruiser versus a battleship, cruiser, and destroyer. Indianapolis is spotted. What is it? Leningrad is... No, it's the Fletcher that no one killed earlier. He's currently pelting RedSeaBear, but RedSeaBear knows this. He's going to start moving up, and try and catch this Fletcher off guard. He's gonna know exactly when the Fletcher moves behind that rock or out of his smoke. That's because he's going to get spotted. So as soon as he gets spotted, he can radar, or he can radar preemptively, or the Fletcher will just get spotted because he's too close to RedSeaBear. Either way, it's going to be probably a win-win for RedSeaBear. There we go. He gets spotted. 5.8. Fletcher gets spotted. Pot shots going out on Missouri, and one overpen is all you needed, and the Fletcher gets killed. Our Edinburgh is chasing the Indianapolis, and RedSeaBear pops the last heal of the match. Up by 170 points-ish, with 1 cap and 2 soon to be in the books. Indianapolis should be dead here. Edinburgh should be killing him rather soon. And wow, look at the hood. He is bleeding health. So they should both be dead rather quickly here. There we go. Hood gets killed, and then the Indianapolis gets killed for the final kill of the game. Alright guys, so looking at the post-battle results screen, we are looking at 228,000 damage, 638,000 credits earned, 6k XP, Confederate Dreadnought and High Caliber, 7 Citadels, 3 ships killed, and 8 base defense. Base XP, very, very nice, 2.451k to finish it off. That very nice rank 1 emblem. Now for the 7th season, I don't think the rank season had even started yet, so hopefully RedSeaBear can get that rank 1 again this season. Of course, all of your damage is going to be, or pretty much all of your damage is going to be from your AP in a battleship, unless you're a German battleship, in which case secondaries will do a good amount as well, but we're Americans, so that's not going to happen. And then finally, credits earned, even without premium, still made almost 500 grand. With premium, though, would have made around 800,000. But I hope you guys enjoyed this community replay. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and let us know why, so we can figure out what we can do to improve our video making. So again, if you've got a replay, send it in. We are more than happy to look at it and check it out, and hopefully you can get featured. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video, and take care.